The loud rings of alarm pierced through the one silent room. Wine almost got startled, not used to the unpleasant sound disturbing her sleep. She, with a displeased expression, woke up, turning off the alarm. Once she slowly got in her senses, the first thing she realized was her husband still sleeping. He would always be the first one to wake up for work. He would never get late even a minute. The alarm was only a precaution. He would wake up first and turn off the alarm. Then he would leave for his morning jog, take a shower, and then wake up Ryan himself. It was their daily routine, which Ryan was quite used to by now. It was extremely strange to see him still sleeping, even after the loud rings of alarm. She softly shook Jungkook's arm to wake him up, but stopped midway. The heat radiating out of his body spread through her hand. She squinted her eyes and placed her hand on his head and bare neck. He was extremely hot at that moment. She got off the bed, tying her hair in a messy bun, and took out a thermometer out of the drawer. She checked his fever and it was really high. He was completely fine till last night, and it really worried her. She decided to let him sleep a little more since he was not ready to wake up at all. He had no senses whatsoever. She called the doctor immediately and rushed downstairs, preparing soup for her. The doctor came and she attended him while taking care of the soup and meal in the kitchen as well. She brought him to the room and he expected Jungkook giving some medicine and diet and then left. It was very strange how he still didn't wake up, but the doctor said it was nothing concerning and she shouldn't let him sleep. When she was done with the soup, she took it back to room and finally found him awake. He was trying to get off the bed. She placed the soup on the table and rushed towards his side. Wine, lay down please. Why are you getting up? Do you need something? Jungkook, what time is it? She clicked her tongue and told him it was 2 p.m. He groaned and laid back down. Too late. How come I slept that much? Wine, you're sick, Jungkook. You still care about work. She glared at him, and a little bit of his tension left his system at how worried she was. His eyes then fell on the soup all ready for him on the table, which she grabbed and sat beside him on the bed. Ryan, have you ever even listened to me? What about all those times I told you to work like a human, not a machine? Do my words even matter here? She scolded, and he quietly took the bite she fed her. He would be an idiot if he said anything to trigger her more, but that is exactly what he did, calling his own death. Jungkook, if I won't handle the work, then who will? She stopped, looked at him, and glared. He smiled a little and caressed her cheek with his burning hand. She fed him more soup, and he took it all without a complaint. Wine. You're not going to work until you get all better. No working additional hours anymore. Just hire people to do that. Why do you have to handle that much work? Jungkook, but wine? This is wine. No buts, whatever. He laughed at how she was sulking at this point. Once she was done with the soup, she gave him his medicines, and Jungkook had to quietly do everything not to make her further angry and worried. The rest of the whole day, she made sure he was well fed and well taken care of. He hardly had any time to think about anything other than work. However, Vine didn't complain, since she knew he always tried his best to provide her his time and affection as well. It was a completely unexpected day of work, and he had a lot of time to feel how beautiful it went, spending time with his wife without work occupying half of his mind. Now he was standing in the garden against the pillar, and Vine was collecting flowers. She said she was going to give him something, and now he was patiently waiting to be spoiled by his wife. It was a different feeling. Getting spoiled, he was the one to do it always, but receiving same treatment back made a whole zoo of butterflies in his stomach. When she was done collecting flowers of her choice, she took a seat on the swing and started to do something with them. He simply let her, even made a secret video, since she looked so focused and even more beautiful in his eyes. Wine. I saw that. No, she didn't. Never once moved her eyes off the flowers. Jungkook walked to her and stood beside her, softly pushing the swing to and fro. It was really soft, so she wouldn't have to hold the ropes for sport. She hopped a little excitedly when she was done. She actually made a flower crown. Wine. Done. Come here. Jungkook did as he was told, stood in front of her, and bowed like a charming prince he was. She placed the flower crown on his head. When he looked up, she had to hold her breath not to pass out right there. He actually looked like he came out of a royalty fiction. So handsome and charming, she wondered how come he was born in this era. Vine, let me take your picture and show you. She grabbed her cell phone and immediately took a few pictures and showed it to him. Vine, this actually looks so good on you. Such a handsome prince. Jungkook, thank you. I have a talented wife. She shrugged proudly, and Jungkook held her waist and stared at her lips. For the first time throughout the whole day, he was hating being sick. Oh, how badly he wanted to kiss those lips. Wine got on her tiptoes and nearly kissed his cheek, but Jungkook placed his finger on her forehead and moved her back. Jungkook, control, sweetheart. I know I look handsome. He teased, as he was not dying himself to hold her close to him. She hit his chest and took a seat on the swing again, while Jungkook pushed it softly. He enjoyed the soft giggles that escaped her lips. They provided such peace to his heart and his mental state. He was feeling much better as well, thanks to her who was extremely careful about his diet and medicines. He believed it was such a blessing in disguise, getting sick and taking a day off work to realize what beauty he was missing on in his life.